Main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat.
Hi, I'm Tanesha.
And I'm
Why did I say
Kiara.
it like that? And you're now entering the sister chat. Welcome to Main Event Mamas.
Woo-hoo. Girl, this week. We made it though. Y'all gonna get an episode today, if nothing else. We're gonna make sure that happens because it's been a freaking week. But this is our good opportunity to remind you to hit that subscribe button so that you can be the first to catch our episodes when they drop, because yesterday they dropped on time. And did you know that? Not if you didn't have the subscribe button on. They were on time and they were ready. If you were part of our Facebook group or part of our Patreon, you also got a nice notification that the episode was live and ready for your consumption.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, big word.
Consumption. I need to have.
We're working on SAT words. This
you got my mouth watering because I mean consumption means something good's coming.
Okay. Consumption means something good is coming. I love that for you. Well,
just saying.
That's a choice. That's a choice. But we got a lot to cover.
My mouth was salivating. I was trying to say the words, but my mouth was going. That's all.
I love you.
I love you.
We have a lot to cover today. We got some Raw, because of course we covered Saturday Night Main Event last Sunday on our live. It's also live on our YouTube and on our website in case you missed it. There was a lot said. It's a lively audience. It was a blast. And then yesterday we went all things birthday-ish, because my son's birthday was yesterday. And we talked a lot about Black women and friendships and how sometimes that can be a struggle, and whether the world set us up this way. You know what I mean? Or whether, we did it. I think it's a good conversation to dive into if you haven't. So with that, the streets are talking. All right. So the streets are talking.
What they saying?
Girl, first story, Jey Uso hate and Xavier Woods response. So you may have heard this thing where Jey posted on Instagram a bit of a response to, I would say, some of the criticism he's received as of late. And it was a middle finger talking about y'all win. And it made me sad because I didn't count him out. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't like that.
I like Jey.
Yeah. I don't like that.
I don't like the hate that he's getting. I don't get it. I'm like, why are y'all mad? There's other people who get 600, 700, 800 million title shots. Why y'all mad? Understand. But anyway, Xavier Woods apparently rejected his Jey's post-match handshake.
Oh, wow.
And it seemed like it brewing a little something there. A little something, something. He also released a video, but I didn't watch it. No offense, but I just, it's been a week, so I didn't watch it. But I did start to wonder. I guess there was some more chatter about responses to it, saying that they understood what Xavier Woods was doing, but that he was exasperating the hate towards Jimmy. And, ultimately people didn't necessarily like his response. So I'm curious what you think about the whole thing. Do you think it's about time for them to start a rivalry up? What are you thinking?
I mean, I guess in essence, it makes sense because the New Day, I ain't gonna lie, they boring. They ain't fighting nobody. They're doing the same thing. It's not, they do need a little mix up, and normally the New Day and the Usos give us amazing matches. And maybe it is time for us to start it up, especially with the new version of New Day and this version of Jey. However, I do feel sad that Jey feels like he has to tell us that we win, or feel like he has to tell us that the haters have won, because you never let the haters know that they got a one up on you, because now they know that they got into you, they got underneath your skin, and they're gonna keep poking and keep poking and keep poking and hoping that you give a bigger reaction, so then they keep poking and say whatever they are saying about you is true, because look what your response is. At the end of the day,
absolutely right.
At the end of the day, you are still a person, even though you are a personality, a wrestling personality, and we see you on our screens every day or every week. But you're still a person. You're still a human. You still have feelings. And even like when we were like, I feel like we always keep referring back to Unreal, but that was a real moment when it was like, we saw that it was like you're struggling and they give you the gas, they trust you, and then you start struggling. Now they're like, either you want this or you don't. Because if you don't and you're not ready for it, no problem. We're going to pull it from you right now until you're ready. And he had to push through all of those
Oh, it's not
things
till
and
you're
still
ready. It may
constantly
never come back around. Don't forget that.
right. Or
So it's
true,
not till you're ready. That
that is
opportunity
true.
doesn't
It may never come
necessarily
back
come
around.
back.
I mean, that is true. That
So
is
I hear what you're
100% true.
saying, but I'm like,
But I mean, I think us as people, yes, we have our opinions. Yes, it's supposed to be a free world and we're supposed to be able to say what we want to say. However, understand that you just can't be disrespectful. You can't just think because you hate the character or don't like the fact that this person's getting more opportunities. He's not the only person getting more opportunities. There's a lot of people, because y'all be sitting here probably talking about Roman. When Roman, the problem is what I realize. No one's going to ever be 100% happy with the product that you are putting out.
ain't that the truth?
And everybody is going to have an opinion and what they're going to say. Just like how you ignore us. Hold on. Just like how you ignore us when it comes to Miss Jada Parker. And you don't, your zip is clear. You don't say nothing. I'm going to need you to do that same thing. Keep that same energy and don't let these haters know that they got to you. Those lip. Show themselves. Show you in the gym working out. Show them that you out here sitting here putting in that work. Because nothing shuts a hater up quicker when they realize that they didn't get underneath your skin. And you proving them, let me show you what I'm doing out here in these streets, okay? And what I'm doing out here in these streets is proving to myself that I got it. That's all I gotta say. Because I can go on this for all day. Because I don't like that. You know how I feel. I'm very sentimental. I don't like people feeling like their mental health may be going down or whatever the case is. And truthfully, this coach could have been at work too by him putting that up there. But I don't think so. I think a lot of people are sitting here saying stuff. And of course, Xavier being in his heel character, and I get what they were probably saying, like you went too far, that, we know y'all friends on the outside, but we also don't know. They may not be friends no more. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We know what they were, but we don't know. And we know how WWE definitely would love to take an outside story and make it a real life thing. I'm just saying.
Yep.
We got a lot of proof.
Yep,
we got a lot of proof in the pudding on that one.
We do, and they do. And I agree with you. Like, at the end of the day, he's a person. So I really need people to remember that they play characters on TV. Okay? So let him live. Okay? Let him live. That's how I feel about that. And we have another story
Oh, no.
that is also
right.
about. So
Oh, God.
I know,
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so this was about CM Punk and Jey Uso. So there was some speculation that there was a interesting moment in the match on Saturday Night Main Event. I think we touched on it a little bit on our live,
Okay.
where CM Punk delivered what looked like a really stiff kick to Jey Uso, and it was right after he had taken a neck breaker, but it just didn't look right. It looked like it just wasn't taken the right way, or it was poorly timed or something like that. And so people started kind of murmuring. The streets started going like, was that real? Was that a receipt from not doing what he was supposed to be doing? And so did that add a personal layer to that? And I will say, when I watched it back, I did notice the neck breaker was not perfectly taken, but I told you how I felt about that match. I'm not reliving that. But I am saying that it did appear to be a little suspect. It did feel like there was some emotion in there. But want to know what you think.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I don't remember if that happened or not. The only thing I do remember is when he went on his neck to try to get him to pick up, he buckled. And I don't think that was supposed to happen. But I'm not sure if that happened. If the kick happened before or after that. But if the kick did happen,
the kick was before.
Oh, okay. But if it did, so what? We act like these wrestlers don't normally hit each other sometimes in real life. Like, I've seen many of them. I'm like, oh, that was a real one. That was that was real. That was real. That was, especially look at Becky. She had a bust a lip. I don't even know when that happened. Okay, but that was I knew after the match. I said, oh, she really hit you somewhere. Somewhere she hit you, and maybe that's why you actually did attack her, because that was now the match is over. Now I'm about to attack you. Or maybe the match was supposed to go how it went, but I'm going to speed this part up along because now you got me effed up. I mean, I don't know. I mean, or even how many times we watch classic one, Nia breaking Becky's nose, or
Yep.
like it's not like we've never seen people actually hit them for real, and then we know,
True.
oh, the match turned serious because you weren't supposed to do something, or it was like you said something. And now they're like, wait a minute, what? And you got to slowly remind yourselves that y'all wrestling and y'all got to go back to doing y'all fake moves. But there was even
That's
like when
right.
AJ came out and she was beating up Becky, those weren't fake hits. Okay, those were the hits of you kept talking to my husband disrespectful, and I'm gonna give you these hands because I'm from Jersey. I'm gonna let you know real quick, and then bring it back a little bit. But so if that happens, so what? I don't think so. What? They friends. They still fine. Because if we remember, we watched him sit here and stand over Jey, which also kind of was like, oh, look at you actually stand. Like, I don't think you were supposed to stand over him and like, I'm gonna do this to y'all. And I think even after when we'll get into it. Oh, never mind. We'll wait. We'll get into that.
We'll wait. Yeah, I mean, there's some follow up. I think I was like, if this was such a big deal, I don't think Monday's commentary would have been as complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I just don't think so. All right, now let's happily talk about Naomi because she released some new pictures,
Yes.
and the streets saw the pictures of her in her 5th month of pregnancy, glowing.
And she's now going by Big Mama. Big Mama. Big Mama. Big Mama. I get you.
So we just want to
Own that.
continue
To congratulate
to send
and
our well wishes.
yes. Yes, and happy that baby Fatu is doing well, growing, and loving it. I ain't gonna lie, I really do think it's a girl, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. We're gonna wait, but I do. I
You
feel it in.
didn't keep it to
I
yourself.
couldn't. I feel it in my spirit. I feel it like, and I'm not gonna go with the old wives' tale because of her belly and all that stuff. Because to me, that's crazy. I just feel it. That I also feel like she's been throwing hints at us too in her stories. Because things that she's been posting, just been posting about her, here, her. Like when the baby's and this and it's hers. I haven't seen her post nothing about no his. But then again,
Well,
that's my opinion. I don't know nothing because if I did know, I wouldn't
it
tell
is
y'all
your
for real.
opinion. Thank you for that update. But here's the
You're
best part. We get to find out she's going to tell us around her birthday, which I believe is November 30th.
Okay, so cool. So then we'll find out about then
So,
if I'm right.
yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right. Some also really good news. This one for Killer Kross, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Killer Kross, you remember his short film? I think it was called Blue Evening, right?
Yes, he was in it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he directed it too, didn't
He
he?
acted in it. He co-produced it, but it's been officially announced as for consideration for the 98th Academy Awards in the live action short film category. So this is actually a really amazing accomplishment for him. So we just want to send out our kudos and our congratulations for your hard work being recognized. I can't wait to see what happens. We have
I
an
can definitely
Oscar
tell you
winner.
from the trailer. From the trailer, I have not watched it yet, but I will. But the trailer, it drew me in. So I really can't wait to watch the whole film itself.
I mean, I get it. Same. All right. Ooh, excuse me. I had to get
It's
that out, apparently. Anyhow. All
it's
right. Now, this other
Friday.
thing.
Mhm.
We got some more
Mhm.
speculation. I know, right? It is Friday. We got some more speculation. So Triple H on Monday before Raw had this tweet declaring it
Okay.
a new landscape, right?
What does that mean?
Exactly. That is exactly what we're going to talk about right now. What does that mean exactly?
Mhm.
So at first, we thought maybe because of CM Punk and Jade being new champions,
Oh, okay,
and the
okay.
John Cena farewell tournament, right? But then also there's some stuff that happened Monday that takes us to maybe why this might be a new landscape. One that I'm not necessarily loving, to be honest, and I'll be a little bit more,
Are you talking
descriptive
about
about
Logan?
that shortly. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
yes, I am.
Mm.
Didn't fool me, you know what I'm saying? But cool. Cool. I knew what it was. But I just thought it was interesting that he released that tweet and we were all like, what? And then, like, after you watch Raw, I was like, do I like this landscape?
I mean, he's been
There's
tweeting a
definitely
lot.
certain
I've
places
been
I
seeing a
don't
lot of
like.
tweets. Mm.
Yeah. You are. It's true. It's true. All right. And our last story is about Cody. Actually, that's not even our last story, but our next story is about Cody saying his next contract with WWE will be his last. So I thought this was an interesting story because I think it's also timed well with all the things going on with John Cena and then the conversations that other people, including Shinsuke, have been having recently about like people
And then
who he
AJ,
came
he's
in with
retiring too.
retiring, and
Yeah.
AJ Styles, exactly. So it gets you to think like, what's up with that? Like everybody thinking about leaving now? What's going on? And with Cody, we know he has other aspirations, right? Like he just had another daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was always kind of a matter of time of him coming back and
Yeah.
deciding what more he wanted to do. But I mean, I just thought that was interesting that that became a huge story because I don't think it was the first time he said something like this either. But what do you
Mm.
think about that?
I mean, I guess I'm not surprised because remember his whole reason why he came back to WWE was to actually finish his dad's story. That was his story that he was telling us, right?
Which he did
And which
two
he
times
did.
over.
Exactly. And to be fair, I think once you it's hard for other people to understand if you're not at that age yet. But once you hit a certain age, especially when you're a professional athlete, when you hit a certain age, you do start thinking about a contingency plan. What am I going to do when I can't do this no more? Also, you got to remember, even though it is rehearsed or entertainment, they are breaking their bodies down. Like let's think about it for a
True.
second. Us average people out here would not be able to do their job. We may pretend that we could do their jobs, but we'd not be able to do their jobs. The amount that they have to balance as well with their health, with their family life, being on the road. Like this is the one I feel like lately it seems like WWE has been more family based behind the scenes. I ain't gonna say in front of
Yes.
the scenes. Behind the scenes. Before the era that we grew up in, they were not they, people were breaking up left and right, people was cheating on people, people was doing whatever they were doing because it was what it is. But now it's like, no, we need to, you married? Okay, we're going to try to keep y'all on the same show. We're going to try to make sure that y'all are traveling together or doing whatever so y'all can still be who you are. Right. And I feel like at some point, yes, I think he should sit here and say, so pretty much he's letting us know one, he ain't going nowhere else. So WWE's is going to be his last show, like that
Hmm.
last company he's going to be wrestling for. So he's already telling us that. And he didn't say when he was going to do it. I think that was also the misconstruction out there too, that people were like, oh no, this is how many years he got left. No, he said whenever his contract is up, he's going to do one more. And once that's done, then that's it. And he already has a number in his head when he's going to retire. So if that means in 5 years he's going to retire, then that's what it is. If that means in 2 years he's going to retire, then that's what it is. We have to respect people where they are because one, he's also branding himself enough to where he can still make money if
That's
he's
right.
not being in WWE. And we also forget that they can do things behind the scenes. He can be a part of the producing team. Just because he's not wrestling does not mean that he will not be doing something. I think he still will be somewhere, wrestling related, doing things. And at some point, you've got to put yourself and your family first in regards to whatever the
Yeah.
case is. Because they did just have another baby. And sometimes I feel like people don't realize how much struggle it is until you add an extra kid. Now you're trying to balance everything. And now they really can't come on the road with you like that. Or like certain things like that. Like we don't see it from their perspective because we don't live their lives. So kudos to you for
That's
you
right.
knowing that you have a contingency plan, that you're already putting it out there, that that's what you're going to be doing because that's where your mind is. His mindset is already thinking about the future and what that may look like for him and his family, as it should. Like I don't understand what
I
people,
agree.
what's the problem with people?
But I want to go back to what you said. Yes, a little bit. Yes, WWE has become much more family focused. They do take time off and spend time with their family. They're allowed to kind of go to birthday parties and things like that when they can, with the reduction in house shows. As much as I can complain about that, and I do for good reason, because I think the
Yeah.
current ones cost too much. I do think, however, it's important for them to be able to take time off. So I'm not complaining about the fact that like wrestlers, take time off. I'm complaining that the level that the shows are at, we can't find it affordable. So I just want to be
Oh yeah.
specific.
Well, yeah, that's why I said behind
So
the scenes, because it sure ain't family friendly no more in the front of the scenes. I mean, we can't afford nothing.
yeah.
You don't want us there,
But
or you want us to spend all our life savings to get there, which is crazy.
well, it was really interesting. I didn't put this on the list, but Nick Khan actually spoke a little bit about that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's during earnings call. They had a Q3 earnings call, as most publicly traded companies do. And in that conversation, he essentially said that, yes, they have increased prices, but it's comparable. And I was like, comparable.
To what?
You know what? I'm not even going to complain anymore.
To
Like I
what?
said, I already told you what I was going to be doing with my additional funds, should I have them. I think it's important to support local promotions and to get out there and see other people, just watch them grow and see them, elevated in other promotions at some point. But I just thought that was an interesting note that he felt to say that, it's comparable. And I was like, I need you guys to understand what you're saying. I need you to read the room, right? Let's talk about the economy. I'm not going to get political here because I don't need to do all that. But what I will say is that read the room. People can't afford all of these things anymore. So we're having to figure out how to cut back. And eventually you'll see a dent in your profits that reflect that. Now, does that mean that other people might pick it up? I mean, possibly. Is that one reason that they are going overseas because they make a ton of money doing that? Potentially. But here in the States, you could end up losing market share, which I've said numerous times because WWE is not the only game in the town anymore. So just something to consider. That's all. Just something to consider. All right, last story. And then we got to get into Raw because I have thoughts.
Okay.
All right, so recently it was reported about, formerly known as Ridge Holland. His name is Luke. I don't know his last name. Menzies, maybe? Anyway,
Oh, we
his
got an update on
contract
his story?
was ended early. Yes, we have an update.
Right.
So initially, our conversation about him was that he had been cut in the last, or I'm sorry, he had not been cut. His contract was not being renewed. And this was unfortunate because he had sustained an injury during a TNA show. And so he is expected to be out for another 7 or 8 months or something like that. And so what WWE initially did is they said they were going to pay him out to the end of his contract was November 14th, I believe. And that they would pay for his rehab and his like medical procedures relating to the injury. Now, Luke had feelings and thoughts and he had to tell everyone on the internet. And he talked about how he felt kind of like used in a lot of ways, right? He felt like he got a raw end of the deal because he was hurt representing the promotion and now you're cutting me and what happens to my family because he's married, he has children, and like anybody, he would be concerned about his future and his livelihood. But there was some criticism of WWE and as a result, they cut his contract a little early, so he's not getting paid to the 14th.
Oh, see, sometimes you cut.
They cut I mean, listen.
You could at least wait it
I
until
want to spend a
after.
little time about this.
Okay,
I'm going
let's
to
talk
talk about
about it.
this because I
Let's
feel
talk
like this
about
is super important. Because as someone who has been laid off more than one time, let me be clear in telling you that there are always rules and restrictions around that stuff. Within your paperwork, it will always say you will get paid at this time till this time, unless your conduct is not something. Now, I don't know what that something is for your particular company, but I will tell you for the ones that I've been like, you will not beseech the company. You will not talk badly about the company. There's plenty of things you're not allowed to do in order to get the terms of your contract, right? That's just how it is.
Now, once those
Because
terms are
a
done,
separation agreement is a contract that they're giving you to tell you, I'm going to pay you until this time, date or time, in this amount. But there's always some clause in there that tells you how they can get out of it early, such as you might be terminated early if you act crazy. Now, respectfully, I understand. I 100% understand what it's like to be like, what the hell am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that there are terms of a contract. So what you didn't catch me doing either time is being like, I just want to talk about how this company did me dirty and da 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 da. Because frankly, they could have cut you with $0. They could have done that. They could have cut you and decided they weren't going to pay for none of your medical. Because in the past, I had heard that was a thing. Like, pre, current WWE culture and benefits, like you still are a contractor and they don't necessarily have to offer you all of these things. So I think
Mm.
my response to his being cut early, I kept reading on the internet with everyone having thoughts and feelings about it not being fair. And what that tells me, if you have never been employed by a company, because
Mm-hmm.
they don't care about fair. They didn't
Also,
ask you about
a
fair.
corporate company.
They have no thoughts and feelings. Huh?
A corporate company. I said, especially a corporate
That's right.
company, because they're even more cutthroat.
Yeah. Every corporate company I've worked with, there are terms and conditions to your employment and to your separation, should they choose to separate her. So the truth is, I just was like, I'm sorry you did not fulfill your end of the contract. Like, dude, you could have waited to the 14th.
And then talk all
You
the
just
junk.
had to wait another week.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have wrote a long letter on your Instagram about how they treated you dirty. Or my favorite thing, you could have got a journal, just wrote that down
Or
and burned it or something. I
could
don't.
he got a lawyer and fought that? I would have fought it. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't think you. Again, I don't think you're gonna win against. That's gonna cost you money to fight against this kind of thing, right? So,
I mean, I'm
do
just
you want to
saying.
spend your
I mean,
hard-earned
I'm just
money that you have fighting this? Kind
listen.
of
I
thing.
mean, I get it. I get it. Losing your job, like I said, both me and Kiara both understand and know. Okay, you losing your job after you've put blood, sweat, and tears into it, right? Giving your
That's
time,
right.
uh, getting injured for your job, doing all these different things, right? Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you're going to feel a way when they go, I'm sorry. It's not personal, but I gotta cut you off. But I'm still gonna do this, this, and the
Right. Or
third.
your services are no longer needed, despite the fact that like you spent your time, your energy, all of the things for
Right.
this company.
And like Kiara said, homie, you could have wrote a journal. And you know what? Or do what people do after. Talk all the junk after. Like really read your paperwork. I don't know if you can get your paperwork first, or that was like right off fresh off of them telling you they were not renewing your contract and now you're in your feelings. I don't know. Cause some people don't get deals where they get their if surgery still need to get covered, they gonna still pay for it. Your medical, they gonna still pay for it. And I get it. We both have families too, so it was is a shock. But sometimes when you are so angry, you can cut the hand that feeds you a little bit, in essence.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure they also probably was gonna give you a severance package too, not just pay you to. You probably would have got a severance package because you
Maybe,
would
maybe not. I don't
maybe.
know how that
I'm right.
works.
I don't know how that works either, but maybe hypothetically, you may have gotten also a severance package. But now you're not getting none of those things because you were just angry and upset. And it definitely sucks for sure. And I would never wish anything for anybody to lose their job and go through any of those emotions that goes through it because you go through some things, especially when you've been there for years or even when you've been there not for years. But it's still one of those like, really? Like you gonna cut me? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, because you're giving up your stability, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're. What I'm saying is, I'm not unsympathetic to his feelings and what, and I think he's valid in
Mm-hmm.
his feelings. I just think there might have been a smarter way to handle that because at the end of the day, a company is a company. People out there, this is super important, so you might want to lean in.
Mm.
A company is not your family. They're not your friends. It's an organization that pays you. So there are often times that they have to make decisions, and sometimes they're personal and sometimes they're not. But at the end of the day, the only person who can look out for you is you. So just remember that while you're out there giving it all, that the truth of the matter is, you're the only one who has your best interests at heart, especially when it comes to employment. So remember that as you move forward. That being said,
Mm-hmm.
do not make temporary decisions,
Offer emotions.
temporary emotions, okay? Because that can bite you in the behind, as it did. But fortunately for him, great update. There is a GoFundMe, which we will eventually link to at
Can
the
I get a
bottom of this
GoFundMe?
episode in case you
Jeez.
wanna.
Sorry.
Anyway, there is a GoFundMe, and with that GoFundMe, he has already made, I believe, over 7,000. And
Oh,
some people
wow.
are committing to reoccurring charges. Chelsea Green committed to a reoccurring $1,000.
Oh, wow. Go ahead,
And I
Chelsea.
think it was either Matt or Nick Jackson also committed to it. Because at the end of the day, you are a contractor and you did put your body on the line and you should be taken care of. But just in the future, maybe don't blast the company that's planning to feed you even temporarily until your deal is complete.
Or can we just go
And with
back to
that,
culture and not blasting everybody? Just move on with life?
yeah, you could probably do that. And with that, that concludes our segment, The Streets Are.
All right. I'm in here like swimwear.
Now let's talk Raw. All right. So, what did you think of Raw this week?
It was interesting. It was
Was it?
interesting. I don't know why Logan's back. And I sure as don't know why the end ended like that. Because now it leaves me with questions. And stupid questions on top of that.
What stupid questions, in fact?
Is he about to become a part of the vision?
Is that a stupid question?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think that's a stupid question.
I just hate. I ain't gonna lie. It feels like Logan just pays to get himself in these big events matches. Because I'm like, you don't be fighting nothing little. Like, you always like, if I'm coming for big. And they'd be like, why? Sir, for what? Yes, has he improved as a wrestler? Sure. But I really need WWE to stop worrying so much about big names and build the people that they have. Because yes, Logan Paul was that one YouTuber that stayed. But I'm pretty sure he got a Prime deal after that because, I mean, like, Prime is always on the side. Prime is in the middle. Like, he made sure it was productive for himself. Which I'm not knocking because, listen, I know I would too. I'd be like, we're going to put all this in there. And you're going to let me promote my business. Right? But can we start off with little feuds? Can we? Like, it just feels like he just comes in at the times where it
A
doesn't
little
seem like he
feud?
deserves
Like
any
what?
of these things. Or a
Okay, I
lot.
see what
Like,
you're saying.
he seems like he's the spoiled kid who's like, you know what it reminds me of? Willy Wonka. The little spoiled brat who wanted the chocolate or the ticket
Oh,
or
I was gonna
whatever
say,
that
you're not
was.
talking about Charlie? Okay.
No, I ain't talking about Charlie. Because
Okay.
Charlie, no.
You was
Talking
talking.
about the little girl who was spoiled.
Oh,
And then didn't she turn blue or something? Something, I don't know. She wanted
Violet.
it. And so
Her name is Violet.
yes, there you go. She wanted it. She had to have it. It needed to happen. And that's what it reminds me of with Logan. It's just like, I want it. What do I got to do to get it? Okay. And then, clearly these are brass knuckles. Because, I mean, you are really knocking people out. Like, sometimes it's just like, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings, and I don't know how to process it because it's going to start just come spilling out. So I'm just going to.
You gonna zip it out? Okay, so let me share my thoughts on this. Okay. I don't care. That's my thoughts. Like I'm going to keep telling you guys. Logan Paul, I'm not saying he's not talented, but it feels like if we had to add someone to this equation, right? And we needed to replace Seth because now Seth is out. So we need to put another person in this new segment of the story. Why did it have to be Logan Paul? So I kind of second the idea that there's other people that could have filled in. I'm like, where are the rest of the roster?
Mhm.
It seems like we use the same people a lot on Raw and on SmackDown. Where's the rest of the people? Where's the Austin Theories? Where is, like, goodness, are you sending them all down to AAA or to NXT? Like, can we spend some time, like you said, on the people that are currently aligned here? Because I would argue, like, Xavier Woods is out here trying to get a story with Jey. This could have been his moment. Pop up in there. I'm sure I could have saw a space for him somewhere. Like, I don't get this. That's my biggest issue. Is that I agree that Logan Paul gets these opportunities, that he just comes out of nowhere and gets these opportunities. Whereas sometimes I just want him to be part of the mix in a different way. Like, why do you always have to get a shot because now you going after CM Punk? Like, are you serious? Why? Now I get it. It is a privilege. He does have a business deal, and yes, he can wrestle. But, like, so can a lot of other people on the roster. Just that's all I'm saying. So I didn't love this new development in the story, but like I said, he ain't fool me. I was like, Logan only does things that benefit Logan. So if you thought that he was just gonna save you and feel good about his choices and that he found Jesus, I'ma just be honest and tell you, mm-mm. That wasn't. Now this is not to say he ain't found Jesus in his personal life. I want to remind you, I don't know Logan Paul personally, so I'm really only referring to his character. And as his character, he's a selfish little something. So there's no doubt in my mind that when he decided to save Punk at the beginning, quote unquote, that he wasn't going to get a comeuppance. Though it did make me question Jay's decision making again, because I was like, why are we still helping people? Did we not learn the lesson that we needed to learn previously? Now, I did say something different last week, I think, or the week before, when I was saying like he should have been there for Jimmy. But you know what? Punk ain't his family. But it also further emphasizes there must not have been no beef between them, because even if they had that stiff kick during the episode, or that he had to pour that water bottle over that man's face because WTF, he still came out to try to help him. And you see how that all netted. He ended up getting super speared, tackled, whatever Braun number 1 is doing these days, and whatever miles per hour that he takes it. I don't love this. I'm not super excited about the story now in any way, shape, or form. Question mark, is it time for Roman to come back?
I mean, I don't know. I love me Roman. But I don't think it's time for him and the Usos to come back together. It was good when they were doing it. But to come back, try to do it again, I don't know. I think Roman really does need to be on his own and
I
build
wasn't
whatever
talking
confidence.
about
Oh,
him
you
and the
talking about?
Usos.
You're just talking about him just coming back in
talking about-
general.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then again, once again, we're going to be using the same people when there's
Oh,
so
I
many
see.
other people on the roster. I feel like they bring
but at
Roman back
least
now to
it's
get the pop, to get the they're thinking of it more of a financial gain
yeah,
versus
but I
really
feel
trying
like
to
that
give a
would be
product.
necessary.
I mean, yes. I mean, would I rather Roman over Logan Paul? Absolutely. Now, I don't know if I would have been able to handle if Roman decided to go work with the Wise Man again. I don't know.
I could have liked that, maybe.
I mean, but that would throw a wrench in somewhere, and then it would be like, well.
But no. Think about it. Like, let's take a moment. Think
Okay.
about it. There's no Seth, right? So
Right.
if I was going to plug and play anybody into this story, I feel like Roman would have been a good bet. Now,
It would. And the reason.
granted, I mean,
the promo.
I had to start thinking about that a little further.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yes, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed did technically attack him. So touche. And then he would have had to appear. No. This could have worked. And it would have been even better. Because think about this. He comes out at the beginning during Logan Paul's situation. Because the one thing we know is Roman don't like Paul, right?
Uh-huh.
And so that would have been the good opportunity. You could have literally plugged and played Roman in this moment, and it would have all worked out the same. And he didn't even need the knuckles.
Right.
He didn't even need the knuckles. I'm just saying it could have plugged and played just as fine with Roman.
I mean,
And
it
if
could.
you think differently out there, fight me about it, because I want to know. But I think it could have run. It would have run even better with
She just
Roman,
say, "Fight me
because you know,
about
if I had to pick one to be on my screen, we know who I'm picking.
I will say, I can see what you're talking about, because there was the promo between Paul and Jey. And he said, well, you know, the tribal chief. I was like, not you sitting here with your manipulative self talk about some tribal chief. But I'm going, this also shows how Paul Heyman is the mastermind, but also he's still conflicted. I don't think he really wants to be with them either. I mean, I think if he could put Roman there and made a phone call and say, hey, yo, this is going to put you back in power. It's going to be I think Roman would have came for sure. It would have been some friction, though. I don't think he'd be able to trust nobody, which means he'd be trying to recruit.
But I feel like you
Jey.
could have played the notes during Raw, though. Like, think about this, right? Like, you could have played the notes during Raw, right? Because remember, Paul appeared to help Jey and to help Punk. And then you could have further developed some more drama if you think about it. Because if he turned at the end and joined with Paul Heyman, does he stay? How does Jey take that? Like, there was some notes that would have made this delicious, okay? Whereas right now, I was like, I don't know why y'all believe Logan Paul. That was some crazy nonsense. That's all I'm saying. Crazy, nonsensical crap.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. But, I mean, whatever. No one asked me. I'm just here. All right, let's talk about Rey Mysterio's return, because that was fun. But how are you feeling about him igniting a feud again with Dominic? Like,
listen,
is that exciting for you? How'd you feel?
Because we already know how I feel when his character still disrespects Rey, and that's just maybe my daddy issues or whatever, but it's still like, you wouldn't be who you are if it wasn't for your daddy. Understand that. I just need you to understand that your dad helped you get through the door. Now, granted, you have done the work, but we also don't know what you be doing behind the scenes. Like, we all know everybody has either they wrestle with their partners or whoever behind the scenes. So you had to somehow learn how to perfect the 619. And I'm pretty sure your dad's the one who showed you how to perfect it. But I will say the funny moment was when Rey was talking about Eddie and talking about all the luchadores. Wow, luchador it is. That's how you say it in Spanish, though, right?
No, that's how you say it in Spanish.
Okay, cool. I feel like I was saying it wrong. I was like, what's happening? And then Dominic was like, don't be talking about my father. I was like, oh! And then I saw somewhere online where they was like, this is the best storytelling that continues, because technically, if we can go back into time when Eddie, now I don't think when they did this storyline that they knew that later on in life that this storyline would continue on forever. I don't think they went in there low in that. However,
no,
there was this clip of Eddie talking about Dominic, Jesus Christ, why can't I say his name right now? Eddie Guerrero.
Dominic Mysterio?
No, I'm trying to say Guerrero, but I'm getting thrown off by saying Dominic first.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm getting thrown off. I'm like, that's not his name. But saying, you know, my son, Dominic Guerrero. And it's like, to see that he's like, let me talk about my dad like that. And I'm just like, you know what? I am so over y'all in this family drama that y'all had invited me into from when I was so young to now. I don't know why we are still in this family drama, because at the end of the day, even if that is your father, Ray is the one who raised you. I just need you to understand. Eddie's gone. As he continues to rest in peace. Okay. But Eddie's gone. And Ray has been taking care of you, okay? You were Mysterio. Like, you come out, this will be the kicker when he starts saying he's Dominic Guerrero. Then, I think I'll see it all. But I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy that they're rekindling this, because now I'm like, do we not have no one else for Dominic to fight? So it just seems right that we bring back Rey?
We
Or
have
do we
so
not
many
have no one
people for
else for
Dominic to
Rey?
fight.
And then I'm going, do we not have Rey for Rey to fight? Like, I don't understand. Why shouldn't we? Maybe we should have just entered him into the John Cena last fight match or whatever. Just saying.
He might be. Okay, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
I have to tell you, I saw something else online where Dominic had an interview and they were asking him what his father, if he thinks about what his father thinks about him or something like that. And he goes, yes, every day. My father, Eddie, above. I was like, I didn't make it. I didn't even make it to the end of it because I started laughing hysterically. He said, may he continue rest in peace. I said, amen, because this is good. It is so good. But I wonder if this is another opportunity because remember, Dominic is a double champion. I was about to say it in Spanish. And so he has two titles. He has the AAA title and he has the Intercontinental title. So I'm like, I like the idea of them in each other's orbit, especially around AAA time.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what's next because I will tell you what I has like seeing Dominic and Dragon Lee kill it in AAA made me more interested in having much more of the luchadors kind of transfer over a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
especially as we're looking like Belkingo is going to want his title back, right? So how do we make that happen? Can we see some of that on WWE TV and not just AAA? So I'm curious if there's more to this besides just Dominic and Eddie. I mean Eddie, I'm sorry, Dominic and Rey and the Eddie rumors again. Like what is the next step in the story? But did they set it up exactly? No. But it was funny when he went to talk to Judgment Day and was like, "Excuse me, why was nobody there for me?" And I was like, "Because you're not there for anyone else." What was almost done. Even though
He did try.
even Raquel was like, you're not really you have a new friend. And I love that Finn said something because I was like, yes, Finn, because you guys are being used. You better call Grande Americano and the Americanos to come help him. That's my thinking on that. But as much as I didn't think I would enjoy these other two little Americanos, whatever's Bravo and the other's name who doesn't, I don't remember right now. But the point is, I'm kind of enjoying everything about Grande Americano these days, even his sidekicks. And I'm curious how long he's going to continue to be Dominic's supporting hand. Like eventually he's probably going to turn on him, right? So how long?
I don't
Now,
know.
since we were just talking about Dragon Lee, I think it's only fair to talk a little bit about AJ Styles and Dragon Lee's match with Finn Balor and JD McDonough, which, oof, again, magic, those four together. I don't know what it is about this combination, but I told you, Dragon Lee really has just been stepping up his game more and more and more. To see them with Finn Balor and JD McDonough, like my brain wanted to explode. It was just amazing. I was just sitting here like, oh my God, wow, 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 wow. And yes, he did try, but not hard enough. In my opinion. So I would say,
I'm
if
trying to
I
remember
was
who
Finn
took him
and
out.
JD, I
So
might be
somebody took
ready
him
to.
out. Didn't someone take
Huh?
him out? I'm trying to remember who took him out.
Yes, yes, he was taken out, but that's not the point. He didn't try hard enough.
He didn't try
He didn't
hard
try
enough
hard
because
enough.
wasn't he supposed to try and hit somebody? I forgot. I remember it vaguely right now.
He was.
Because I remember,
Yeah, I didn't. That was a long
I
time ago on
remembered,
Saturday.
not JD, Finn said something to Dominic, and Dominic's like, okay, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And then, and then he went to run to go do it, and he got intercepted, and I was like, why you had to get geared up to go do it? I don't understand. But I ain't gonna lie, when y'all breaking up Judgment Day? Because this is, at this point, it's just ridiculous. We know that they're breaking up. This is like the breakup that never breaks up. Like, you know, like I keep going to try to break up with you, but you do something to make me go, wait, did we break up? No, we're still. And then I see you tomorrow and be like, dang, we didn't. No, that was okay. That's what it feels like. It just feels like
Yeah, we still
we're in
together.
that roller coaster of like, I'm trying to break up with you, But every time I try to break up with you, we just don't break up. And then we both be sitting there looking at each other like, how do we still here? And we just look at each other like, I don't know. But can we do maybe, maybe? And then go back and they're like, we still here 3 weeks later? Like, we didn't break up?
See, those are the people that you got to do a trial separation for, so you can ease them into the
They first gotta
goodbye. Because
try.
sometimes they don't want to let you go. But I'm gonna need them to just. We passed the trial separation.
They're not even
period.
trying to do the separation. They're not even doing the trial separation. At one point, maybe it seemed like it was happening, but then everybody followed him to AAA.
Yeah, I don't know. No answers.
Everybody followed him to AAA. It's like you can see that he's trying to break off, and everybody's like, "But wait, don't forget me. I'm coming." I'm sorry.
Well, since we're talking about the Judgment Day's failures, let's take a moment to talk to Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez.
I mean,
and how they did not fail.
They did not fail.
They did not fail against Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vaquer. But before we get into this, is no one else seeing Nikki for who she is but me as I'm watching her on the TV screen, buttering up Stephanie so she can hurry up and turn on her? Because I was like, she's not that great an actress. I'm trying to tell you that Nikki is taking her moment. She is making sure she puts you in these matches with her. And then she is taking this moment to set you up because, Stephanie, you in danger, girl. You in danger because you ain't just got to worry about the Judgment Day. You also got to worry about Nikki because the way she's being so super duper sweet to you, no, bad. Like the kind of sugar that might kill you. Like I don't, like poison. Sweet, slow, effective. That's my thoughts. But it was a good match, I ain't gonna lie. And Raquel is looking better and better and better. And I am so happy that Kevin Nash had great things to say about her this week and that she's on her level. She's on her way to being a star. And I think she is too. I think she's a big deal. And she looks great with Roxanne, period.
I think she's finally starting to feel the confidence in her that she probably had lost. I remember hearing her do, she was on an interview and she was just talking about like her illness or her skin condition. I forgot which one, so don't quote me on it. That how she lost her confidence, how she lost her house. She didn't feel pretty. She didn't feel like she had this. She didn't feel all these different things. So now, and I feel like it did show. Like she was trying, but I feel like that's also why they kind of like had her as the muscle and all these different things. So the fact that they're also now trying to get her, she's still the muscle, but get her away from her being the muscle. And actually you can see the confidence that is brewing back in her. Cause I'm like, now I'm starting to get that Raquel who could fight, who was in NXT, who came over, who was like, oh no, let me remind you who I am. And I think sometimes too, I think we also forget people when they come back too from injury, because she was also injured too, come back from injury on top of that. It takes a little bit of time. I even feel like even that's probably even the case with Charlotte, knowing that she got somebody to back her up. Because when she came back, she was concerned about her injury. She was, you can tell in the movements that people do that they're concerned about getting re-injured. And now they're a little bit more cautious. And even though it may be a good match, but you're still like, you're not there yet. So now to see her that she's pretty much, she's not 100%. I'm not gonna say she's 100% because I feel like everybody can always continue growing. But to see that is great. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, her and Roxanne do make a good pair. Am I definitely ready for Liv to come back so I can see the aftermath? Absolutely. Because I know that's gonna be good. And Roxanne's not gonna be able to get herself out of that one. Neither can Dominic.
I think that's what they're waiting for.
Maybe they're waiting for her to come back. That's what I was about to say. To end it. So she could be like,
that's what I think.
You know what? Screw this. And she tears everybody apart. And who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what will end up happening and who will go with who and who will go with wherever. Not quite sure. Don't know
who gets who in the breakup?
I don't know if she's going to want Dominic. And I don't think Dominic's going to want her either. I think Dominic has moved on to greater pastures and moved on to life. I'm just going to say that. But, I don't,
no more factions for Dominic.
No, I think he should definitely be out, or if he is, keep having El Americano. Wow, my brain definitely just went El Grande
I was about to
Americano.
say, what?
I know, I forgot the grande, and it was just like, wait, I'm missing a word. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, I was about to say about Nikki, because you said, are you the only person? Well, I definitely feel like the last promo before this one, I can see the hints, like, ooh. But this promo, I don't know. I made sure I rewatched it, and I watched it, and I looked at her face, and I was just like, no, I feel like this is Nikki trying to understand that, she is just coming back. She may have had a match or two that was good, but it took her some time to get there. And okay, wait, I can see what you're talking about, because she's trying to butter her up.
Thank you.
Okay, never mind.
It's like,
Never mind. Okay.
listen,
Yeah.
if anyone ever butters you up that way, there's something going to happen. Now, the question is what they want. You know what I mean? Like, my kids do that when they want things. Like, you're the best mom ever. You're so beautiful. I just want to look at you. You're trying to distract me from something. So I am going to find out what it is. That's what I usually know. Like, that's how you know. Like, something ain't right here. So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. Speaking of which, this is a good opportunity to go back into the John Cena last time is now tournament that I'm so excited about.
I'm not.
Because
I don't care. They could just pick somebody and
why
call it a day.
not? I love me a tournament. Love me a tournament.
I know.
And we have
I know.
Rusev
I know.
versus Damian Priest and Shinsuke
Now
versus
that's good. I'm
Sheamus.
happy to see Damien.
Like, yes, please. And we get some more announced tonight, right, on SmackDown. So there's that too. So I'm saying I'm excited. I don't know. Could just be me. I could be there. So,
No,
but
I
I
mean, I'm
feel
happy
like
to see Damien on the screen. I do. I haven't seen Damien fight in a while, so I'm happy that he's on there. And I think him and Rusev
he
is going
was
to have a.
fighting with Aleister Black last week. Well,
I
he was
mean,
attacking him. But,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, as in, like, remember we used to get Damien all the time. Now that he's not in Judgment Day, we don't get
yes,
him all the time. So that's what I'm trying to say.
true.
Um, and I know that match will be great. So yeah, I guess so. Fine, whatever. A tournament's a tournament. I just want to know who the
All
people.
right,
I just want to know who the people is who are not in WWE. It's going to be. That's all
me
I know.
too. I was like, I'm telling you, is this an excuse for Jericho to come back? And then, like, does that mean people from TNA? Does that, like, who did he have a rivalry with? I have questions. Does that mean Joe Hendry, gonna find out, is gonna pop up in the middle of those two? Like, I have questions.
Not me having a stupid
And
song
now
play in my head.
Bailey,
Thanks.
anytime. But also Bailey mentioned something on her Twitter, like, is it only open to men? And I was like, I want to know too. I'd like to know, not because I want to participate, but I want to see if women could, get in that tournament. That could be another moment for Nick. No, anyway. All right, so on to the women's division.
Could you imagine?
I'm saying, let me not go there.
No, hold on. Hold on. Let's sit there for a second. That would be the most hilarious slapping your face for both of them ever. If you're like, okay, so you're a part of this tournament. What? Oh, by the way, you're gonna win. Wait, what? And then they're gonna both look at each other like, do you just want to lay down
This
so
is
I can
awkward.
win? Or like, and knowing that his wife is going to be, that's the other thing.
Awkward.
His wife is going to be, oh my God, that's just too much. That is too, I need the.
You're welcome. Anytime I can. Talk about the Kabuki Warriors and Bailey and Lyra. Okay? Are you all right? You okay? Not her going on mute, y'all. What is going on?
Because I was smacking my gums.
Are you well?
I was laughing and smacking my
Okay.
gums at the same time. I don't think you wanted to hear that. Because in the
No.
process of me having my fake popcorn, I popped one of the things in my mouth. Anyway. So I had to chew
This is
it.
why I stopped eating peanut M&Ms. Anyway, so that match, again,
Mm-hmm.
Another amazing one, Bailey and Lyra and the Kabuki Warriors. Okay, listen, these women did not come to play. Even though I didn't mention Becky, and I'm gonna come back to her, so remind me to come back to Becky
Okay.
in a minute. But
Okay.
the Kabuki Warriors and Bailey and Lyra, what'd you think of that match?
I mean, I think it's good, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually over the Kabuki Warriors. I'm over this crazy thing
What?
that. Listen, hear me out first. I'm over this crazy thing that is happening with Asuka. And I'm gonna say it's a crazy thing. Because I'm just over it. I think I'm just over her being like, I'm this crazy person and you respect. I don't know. I guess she's a heel right now, so I'm gonna have to have
Yeah.
that sit in there. I'm gonna let that sit there. But I guess for me, it's just like, no. Now, I love Lyra. Wow, I always say Lyra like that. I love her with Bailey. I think I think their chemistry is amazing, especially when you don't know what
It
Bailey's
is.
gonna get, and
That's
and
right.
Lyra's like,
I love
which
it.
one am I getting you today? Who am I getting today? I just need to know who I'm going out there with. Or at some point, are you gonna snap? And are you gonna snap at me?
You know,
Like to see how
I have
Lyra
to
still
ask
don't trust
myself,
her
like,
enough
let's
to
stop you
know.
there.
Okay,
I have to ask you that. Sometimes I wonder
okay.
that when you're on the call. Who am I going to get today?
Me?
Who am I going to get?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay,
why?
I'm sorry. So you
I
can
be
go
like
back.
that?
Sometimes you be, focused, and sometimes you be like, ooh. I mean, I don't know what's happening. I don't know who I'm going to get on any given day. But it's fun. That's all that to say. It makes it fun.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, plus, it's fun. I enjoy who I'm going to get any day. Oh, I didn't mean to stop you. Journey. It's not a
Clearly my
bad thing.
period's
It's
coming
kind
because
of
now I'm about
cool.
to cry because I don't know if that was good or bad.
Oh my. Anyway, my point is that I like this side of Bailey. I like the Bailey who's a bit unhinged. Like, you do not know which side of her you're going to get, and each side is distinctly different in how they handle things. Somebody wants to hug you, somebody wants to punch you. You don't know what's coming for you that day. And somebody wants to be your best friend, or they just want to push you down off a cliff. Like, I don't know. Who is it going to be? And I love that this Bailey keeps Lyra on her toes. Now, I will continually tell you that I think Lyra deserves to be treated in this manner based on what she did to Bailey in the past. But as I said, I love this whole dynamic. I don't even know why you dislike it. I like Asuka as a heel, and a crazy heel at that. Kari's like, huh, every time she hears her. Like, it's just crazy to the point where now I think it worked, and now she's brainwashed.
Okay. Yeah. But either way, I mean, I'm kind of upset that Bailey and Lyra didn't win and the Kabuki Warriors won.
So upset that Barely and Lyra
So,
didn't win because I really felt like they should have. All right, now let's discuss Becky. Becky came out
can I go
and
first real
stood
quick
on
before you go
top
into
of the
your
table.
thing? I know.
Yes. Yeah.
First off, I don't know where she came from because it just seemed like she just popped up on my screen. I said, well, ma'am, where'd you come from? But you know what? The moment she said, my hot husband, I said, oh, my sister's gonna be, yes, sis. Mm-hmm. And he was like, and he's injured. I was like, ooh. I said, I can feel the stress in your body that your hot husband is not with you and he at home. And that's not where he's supposed to be. And then when she started talking about the vid, she goes, I was like, ooh. I said, Paul and y'all better run. I feel like she gonna put some sugar in your tank in y'all's tour bus or whatever y'all going. Y'all ain't gonna be going far. And then the next time it's gonna be slashed tires. And then after that, it's gonna be some brakes. And then after that, it's gonna be her hiding in the back, and somebody's gonna get suffocated. It's gonna be like a Chucky. Like, I just feel like it's gonna happen. It's gonna just change. You remember the scene in Chucky where he just came up from behind you and suffocated you? Listen, I'm just saying. I just feel like she's about to go all out war with y'all. And of course, unfortunately, Miss Maxine Dupree is about to feel all this wrath. But I did like how she stood up to the Kabuki Warriors. She looked at them like, I ain't scared of y'all. You don't want this. Back away. And they looked at her like, you don't know. Maybe we do want it. Because, I mean, we ain't scared. I really was like, which one is this? And Becky politely turned around. I'm still watching you. And the Kabuki Warriors could care less. They didn't even turn. They didn't even care because they knew that she was about to hit them from behind. So that's that crazy me crazy. And an angry mama and wife on a mission. But I will say, I saw some rumor, and I need y'all to stop putting these rumors. Stop ruining it for people who actually want to watch the thing and see it if it happens. Because now, you getting your little outside sources and your sources and knowing what's going to happen in Rhode Island, it's annoying. Could have kept that to yourself. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I don't know what's supposed to happen in Rhode Island 'cause I must have missed those, but don't tell me. Anyway,
I'm not going to tell you.
yes,
That's why I didn't say it
everything
out
you
loud.
just
Because I
said.
don't want people, because
Thank you. Thank you.
you're
But
welcome.
yes, I also want to co-sign what you said because yes, when Becky came out and she said, "My hot husband," I said, "Girl, yes, your hot husband is at home, girl. It ain't right. Shouldn't have been done."
Mm-mm.
The Vision,
Mm-mm.
yes, they in trouble, and they should be for their role in this situation. You know who else should be in trouble for their role in this situation?
Becky.
Cody.
Cody got to do with
Cody
it.
should also be in trouble. So there was another interview where Cody was talking about Seth and how they need to stay far away
Oh.
from each other. He said,
Oh.
you know, clearly Seth and I need to keep our distance because of his injury. And then, remember, Cody was injured before too. And so
Oh, yeah.
apparently, accordingly, based on that, they need to keep their distance from one another. And
I mean, I would say rightfully so.
I
I mean,
agree.
technically, I would say it was an eye for an eye. It may have been a year coming, but it was still an eye for an eye. And you got your ass back. I'm just saying.
He didn't do that to him. It was a training injury. But that's not my point. Or at least that's what they told us. I don't. That's what they told us. I don't know.
We also don't know how bad it
They
was.
could have been training the day of, for all I know.
Right. And then, too, they wrestled with it being black and blue and swollen. Who knows how much more damage he did to it?
There was no much more damage that it could be done, apparently. That's why he was allowed to do it.
Right.
But that's not my point. Yes, I co-sign Becky and everything you just said about Becky. I don't really have nothing else to add because it was hilarious and true. Okay, let's talk NXT.
Let's talk NXT.
Okay, let's talk about another person who is missing the signs in their face. You want to know who that is? Tatum, Paxley. And not seeing that Izzy Dame wants her title so very badly that they're just going to be
Yeah.
best friends till the end. That feels like a Chucky moment, actually. It did.
I mean, yeah.
And then she warns her after she successfully, well, actually, no, correction. She did beat the last person, but I meant this time she lost because she saved Izzy. Yes, she took the hit for
Yes.
Izzy. So she saved her, and so Lola Vice got the pin, which means now Lola is going to likely get an NXT World Championship title. Again. That was the part I wanted to say. But also,
Okay.
that girl, you in danger. Like, what more bells do you need? What more bells? When she looked at her, all she looked at was at her title. And I was like, how can you not see it? How can you not see it, Tatum? Girl, run.
Or
they're not your
maybe
friends. The Culling are not your friends because Izzy is that woman for them. So if she turns on you, you're going to be all alone again. That's all. That's all I want to say about that.
Or I would
Tatum.
counter this. Maybe Tatum is not blinded by it. Maybe just she's playing her role. Because I really feel
You
like,
think she's in on it?
yeah, I feel like the Culling, okay, yes, from what you're saying, Izzy is their person. But how they were acting when Tatum won, you think that's a
Yeah, you got to
bull?
be watching Izzy week to week. Yeah, no.
No, I'm talking about the
told you,
boys. I'm talking about the boys. I'm not talking about Izzy. I'm not talking about Izzy. I know Izzy.
yeah, I mean,
I know
yes,
Izzy
I
is.
agree that they
Yeah.
are happy for Tatum. But I'm saying if they had to pick Tatum or Izzy, they're going to pick Izzy.
Well, I
Period.
do feel like I don't think Tatum is
Izzy
blind.
got the other dude kicked out, remember?
Right. I don't think Tatum is blind to Izzy being jealous or envious. I think she's playing a role. And I think when Izzy does backstab her, I think Tatum will be ready. I think initially she'll be like, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" But I think she'll still be ready. I don't think I think she's playing the role of I'm stupid and I don't really know what's going on. But I feel like she should have picked up
Okay,
something from
we'll
Izzy
see.
because Izzy is very calculating.
We'll see. I can see that. I mean, but I don't know. We'll see. I do want to talk a little bit about Kalani.
Now,
Ooh, my tiredness won't let me be great today. I don't know what's going on.
I
Sorry.
will say I saw the promo
With
and
Kalani?
yeah, and watching the match, I will say that Kalani has definitely got this new edge to her, which is good because I think that's probably what was missing. She needed to change herself up a little bit. Like, I'm not saying she didn't have an edge before, but her having the title, it seemed like it has changed her in a way. And then also seeing how the locker room pretty much turned their backs on her. She was like, I really like this for her. I like
Yeah,
this for her.
I do too.
Now, what does that mean in the
I do
future?
too.
Who's going to take this off of her? Oh, I don't know.
Well, funny you should mention that.
Okay.
So, while I do like this for her, at first I wasn't necessarily bought into the promo.
Mm-hmm.
It took me to get towards the end.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
What
Yeah, the
is
end
with
is
this yawning? Sorry.
it's okay.
It took me to get towards the end. And her, I don't know, like somebody on Threads was like, oh, look at my cute Kalani showing her heel claws. Like, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
you're so talented. But I will tell you that match she had, though,
I forgot who she had it with. I can't think of the name right now, but
yeah, I can't remember right now either. But yeah, I can't remember right now either. But what was she facing? She came in to face somebody. I can't remember either. Who was it? They were arguing in the back. Oh my God, it'll come back and then we'll know. But Homegirl did not play. And so I will tell you, the one thing is Kalani is very, very good. This attitude helps her back it up. I
Mhm.
think I like her more as a heel than as a baby face because I think as a heel, that edge is what helped differentiate her.
Mhm.
Because I will tell you, looking at her before, she wasn't particularly notable,
Mhm.
but this little mean girl, justified mean girl, works. So, yes, I do like it.
And I like her new gear.
She is apparently going to have to defend, huh?
I like her new gear too.
Which, yes, but she's going to have to defend her championship in a triple threat at Gold Rush. So, Lee. So I was right. It was Lee, and then Jordan Grace. So she gonna have a challenge ahead of her. Let's just say that. I was like, ooh, girl. I don't know if you're gonna walk out with that TNA Knockouts World Championship. I don't know. But the speed tournament began with Zarya defeating Kendall Gray, who,
Yes.
apparently is part of Ren QCC. First of all, when did Ren get to have her own QCC? Is it because Charlie's in Japan or whatever? Is that why she get to build her own faction by herself? I want to talk about it. I don't understand. I don't understand it.
I don't.
But
I don't know.
the best part was Zarya is that girl, okay? Because I was like, ooh,
Listen,
she had to show soul that, listen,
that was a
I'm going to win
fluke.
your
My
belt.
bad. Yeah, that was a fluke.
I'm going to win your belt. I was like, girl, you in trouble. I said, you know what? This may be the best part. I've been waiting for them to break up, but I think it'll happen because what she got like 4 weeks left, they said, and rehabilitation till she back in the ring. So I'm like, listen, girl, Zarya and Soul for this championship. I hope Zarya makes it to the end and gets to be champion and has to
Mhm.
face Soul. That's what I hope. because
I
that
think
is going
so.
to be insane. It's going to be insane. I also want to talk about
Okay, work through it.
this mixed tag team championship
I'm about to say work
with
through it
Chelsea
because
Green and Ethan Page.
you look like me over here. It seemed like we have switched roles. I am awake.
I
And
know.
you
I was like,
sleeping.
there's a lot to think about. I am, which I'm like, good gracious, this is so new right now. Anyway, it's been a hell of a week.
It
I'm
has.
like
It
getting
has.
my
It
ass
has.
kicked.
It has. But
Jeez.
you are doing it
Like, I
well.
need a nap. It is like not that late to need a nap. Okay. But anyway,
We can talk
I ain't
about
took a
it
nap
because I didn't even
yesterday.
realize they had a match that they got. And I was like, wait, what?
Yes. So I did because X, of course, right? And
Right.
then, I like to look at AAA stuff. But they had this great match. And then, their tag team champ. Who does not love me a Chelsea moment? And her and Ethan are gold together. They just really are. And she's very talented. And so it's very fun to see the comedy of it all, especially because Ethan can go either way, right? He plays a straight face. But at the same time, you're like, it has to be killing him not to be laughing. It's behind all that Chelsea.
Because Chelsea's
Because
hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. She's hilarious.
I feel like we would be best friends. I mean, she's so great. But then my favorite part, right? Joe Hendry
Don't. Oh, I just
and
said don't say
Thea.
his name.
Did Thea? You didn't? Did you? Yes. Did you? That was great.
Oh,
He didn't appear.
listen,
Don't worry. I didn't put his.
listen. I got the
But
song in my head, okay?
Thea did a great. Thea did a great Joe Hendry. Okay,
She did.
she did a
She's
great.
like, I appeared. I'm here, right? I appeared. And I was like, oh my God, girls.
It was great, and she was a perfect person for it. I could not think of a better person to like partner with him for this. I am slightly confused because I was like, I didn't know AAA had this mixed tag team
I didn't know they had
championship.
that either, because that would be, man, that's a smart mixed. You know what? They could have had that on mixed. No, never mind. Let me not live in the past. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry.
But AAA, I didn't know that this existed. Like I was like, this is cool. And then I didn't know that Mr. Iguana had it with somebody. Like I was like, this is
But
like amazing.
that would explain why she's so angry sometimes when Lola's there.
Yes. Why? Yeah. But now she broke up with him now. So, well, maybe Lola gonna go work with him on trying to get it back. It seemed like that could be happening. She seemed to be a little suggestive on him. So it's possible. They've been hanging out a lot. Just saying. It's possible.
I ain't gonna lie. I know we talk about. I just want to say the clip that I saw and how she walked away, and Lola's like, "Oh my God," and Mr. Iguana's like, "Oh, oh," and I was like, "You know what? You would be, so heartbroken that you're happy at the same time."
I mean, it's Lola.
Hey,
I get it, but
I get it too.
I get it. I mean, like, bye, sis. I mean, that's sad. I'm real sad, but also,
I mean, but look what I got. I'm just, oh, but wait, I'm so sorry. Am I sorry? I'm sorry. Maybe not.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be so
All right,
sad.
let's
I'm gonna be
talk Trick
crying at
Williams
home.
and Ricky. Right, I'm gonna cry into my ice cream of joy. Like you're, I'm gonna cry my way all the way on a date with. Storyline purposes only. We know she's taken.
Who's she taken by?
Damian Priest.
Oh, that was real. I didn't realize that was real. Okay.
Well, and let's talk Trick Williams and Ricky Saints because this, the way that I have laughed, I needed a moment because
Why he run like that? He was
seriously,
like,
you
"Oh,
two?
I see you." I'm like, "Why are you running like that?" Like, what is this? Some slow mo? What is this backstage movie pass? Is this?
Is movie pass? Listen,
Yeah, that's what I felt
listen,
like.
guys. Like, I don't know about this rivalry. I don't know why it's still happening. I'm confused. Where's Obafemi? Why is he not back? I mean, I need some clarity around that. But also, what? Trick? Like, y'all hate each other that much? Like,
I felt like I was watching
am
a
I the
teen
only one who
movie.
feels like this got escalated?
I was watching a teen movie. That's what I felt like. I was watching a teen movie. That was on
You
Tubi.
were.
That was on
And then
Tubi.
he really gave him that pipe. That pipe was for real. I was like,
I heard it, and I was like, I don't think that was a fake. You hit him with the, you know what? Whatever. Carry on.
you know what, Ricky? I mean, you got to stop getting hit there because you can't keep rolling over in pain. That's got to stop happening. A champion does not look like, you know? So, and Trick's words last week were harsh, but is he wrong that a champion doesn't look like that? Did you hear him tell him to go buy the belt off the WWE shop?
No,
Like,
I did not. But that's a little.
Trick is I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I know we have Gold Rush coming up, but like there's going to be a last man standing match next week. So sheesh, kabish. I don't know. If Trick loses this one, y'all better have a backup plan because
I mean,
what is
Oba Femi
happening
should
with
have
my
his
guy?
rematch clause. I'm understanding.
It would if he showed up to work. You said he was on vacation. I feel like he might still be. He might still be on vacation.
Yeah, maybe the fight with Omos put him in. Never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I did catch some Evolve this week.
So did
You know, I don't
I.
normally do that.
Neither do I.
So which is why we're recording this as late as we are because we have a few extra minutes to watch some stuff. So I don't typically watch Evolve, but there was some curiosity for me. I have some thoughts. I would say I wrote them down, but first I want to ask you some questions, Tanisha.
Yeah,
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hold on, let me take a
Oh, I
sip of
start.
my soda because I don't know what this may end up being.
Let's talk about. Did you see Brooks Jensen in action?
I don't know their
So I
names.
have some questions here because I don't know where the Evolve sits exactly. I don't know if that's like under NXT or it feels like it's developmental and it has ID talent, but also some people from the indies are there too. Um, how did Brooks Jensen end up there? Because he was on NXT and also Wendy too. Like what what is happening? I still feel like I don't know what Brooks Jensen is doing. And I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I just think he doesn't have that thing. And I think that they're trying to help him develop it. But he almost looks too old to be in the Evolve brand among the other people there. I was confuzzled when I was watching that because
Not confuzzled.
I was confuzzled. I ain't gonna lie. I was very, very confused to
Mm.
be point blank period.
Mm-hmm.
The first match, I don't even know if I want to talk about that match, but it was Jen
First off, I
Tala's
just want to
last
know
match.
why. I just want to know why they named them Cartwheel and whatever his thing. Because all I kept thinking about was Ren and Skippy. And then I started thinking about the movie Brown Sugar when they had the duo and I'm Ren and Ken. That's all I kept thinking about. I couldn't understand. When they said Cartwheel, I said, Cartwheel? That's your name? That's the name you came up with was Cartwheel? I don't understand. You could have come up with a better name?
Oh,
And
you're
then I
talking
forgot
about
what the...
Jack Cartwheel.
Whatever. But they kept calling him Cartwheel.
Cappuccino?
Yes, and Cappuccino. I was like, what in the God green earth are these names? And why? Like I said,
I
it
don't
just reminded
know.
me back to Ren and Skippy and the Brown Sugar Ren and Ken. The Dalmatian duo. Because they were black
That's
and white.
crazy.
You know
I
what?
don't know.
All right,
I don't know.
I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna keep going. I have more names to keep going because I don't understand.
No, thank you. No, thank you. All I'm going to say is that it was my first time watching Evolve, and I do not know if I'm going to do this. Um, which makes me sad because I wanted to spend some time looking at Callie. Um, so I might watch some old
But and
episodes
she wasn't
because
even
I
there.
am
They said she'd be back in.
she'll be back when.
I think in not this week. I think the next week.
Okay, so I will be watching it again when she comes back because yep, because it just may not be my speed. Like I love me some NXT because I feel like their storylines are really good. And maybe I need to give it more time, but I don't have the patience. I'm just going to be honest and tell you with some of the stuff I saw, I don't know if I'm going to make it back there again. Um And lastly, let's hit up some AEW conversation because, we don't never do that, but we have thoughts today. And the thing I want to talk about right now is Mercedes and Athena as a tag team and how that opportunity was just so squarely wasted right now. Like, how in the bejesus did Haley Cameron and Willow, what I am very fond of, by the way, very fond of Willow, beat Mercedes and Athena? I am so annoyed at Chris Statlander that I myself would like to bestow a Thanos snap on Mercedes because that was a tag team that I could get behind. Okay. Athena and Mercedes made a fantastic tag team, and they would have made a fantastic tag team champion. I mean, then she would have had even more belts. What's wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? Who booked that? It was a mistake. Though, Haley, okay, she's funny and her puppet is crazy, but like, I just want to be clear. This was a mistake, and it should somehow be fixed. I don't know what happened here. I'm very upset.
I'm like, I mean, I definitely have questions and concerns, but I also don't watch it like that. So I don't know if I could say my questions and concerns. I would have to just wait. But I do agree that Mercedes and Athena would be a great tag team. They seem like they worked well together, have great chemistry.
It's not their first time tag teaming either. They're phenomenal together.
And yeah, that's all I got for you. I tried.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I did. I am very confused at Hook tapping out. Okay, so this is the other thing. Hook really doesn't have too many emotions. You know what I mean? So when I watched him in the match with the Ops and Hangman Page and Eddie Kingston, first of all, that was a great combination. I did enjoy the idea of it and the execution of it for the most part. Until Power Hobbs put Hangman through that daggone table because that looked really painful. And short. It was like just a brief section down and he got slammed through the table. Like, I was like, that's crazy. But it makes sense considering I know Samoa Joe was quite pissed about not getting that championship. So I would be upset as well. So I also understand that. But I thought that was a good match. It was fun to watch. And then this blood and guts thing, I can't wait for it next week. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I have a feeling that this is going to be something to watch, and I'm excited that it happens to happen next week. So I'm psyched about that, even though I know there's one more match for Collision to determine a tiebreaker for the advantage for the men's series. So psyched about that. And then I'm flipping pens over here. I have a question for the demand. Can someone out there answer this for me? Why do they wear those jackets on their shoulders? Is that supposed to be something? Can someone explain it? I don't get it, but I would like to know. Because the demand name is interesting. I'm like, is this like some kind of like cap and gown type situation? Also, really wanted to shout out MVP. What's his name? Sorry, about this fantastic and incredible suit that he had on that was just beautiful to watch on my TV screen. And now I have one more thing that I can't let y'all go before I ask this other question. Can we talk about this AEW National Championship? The first champion will be crowned in a casino gauntlet match at Full Gear. Now, I need a moment here for someone to explain to me the significance of AEW's national championship. Because I had to do a little quick research here. Because I was trying to figure out the other championships that AEW have like this. Because I was like, I know that there is one that they just unified that was a continental and an intercontinental title. And I'm curious what makes that different from the national title because I'm confused. So, if someone who happens to love AEW wants to explain that to me nicely, because disrespectfully will get you blocked.
Or cussed
I
out
would like a
because I
clear
don't play.
understanding. Not cussed out. I'm not doing that. But I would
I didn't
really
say
like you to
you. I said
explain to
me.
me a little bit more about that. Yeah, no, I'm not cursing you out. I just need clarification here because I understand how the WWE has the US and the Intercontinental titles. I get that, but they're usually separated by brands, right?
Mhm.
But we don't really have brands like that with AEW. So the national title and the unified title, because the Continental and the Intercontinental title is now the unified title, which would technically make it the world title, but they already have a world title. So what's this national title? Just somebody, anyone out there, kindly, respectfully, answer my question because I am a little confused. And I was like, it could be me or it could just be the state of the belts. I'm not saying they all need to make sense, but I do say like I just need a little more clarification. And also, this is my appeal. If you want to talk AEW with me, feel free to slide into any of our DMs or to absolutely hit
Whoa.
us up at maineventmamas
Yeah. I was like, wait,
at
that sounds crazy.
gmail.com.
Don't like slide in,
Not
slide
like
in.
that.
Not like that.
You
What?
know what I mean.
We have to clarify because some people are crazy out here in these streets.
That's not what I mean. Y'all know. If you are watching Main Event Mamas, then y'all know better. We don't mean slide into my damn DMs like that because you will get ignored and blocked and probably reported. I'm talking about someone who can explain some of these AEW things to me because I am not a new viewer, but I am confused and I need to talk through some of these things and some explanations so that we can better and give you coverage on AEW. Also, because I need to have a lively conversation with someone who is deeply invested in its success. That is all. Hey, with that, we can wrap you up now. We've had all the wrestling talk we're going to have today. Right, Tanisha?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for that long winded answer. I appreciate your preciseness and the brevity of your words. And with that, we want to remind you that this is your opportunity to hit that subscribe button and to follow us on all of our channels. You want to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Thread for the latest information. You can also join our community on Facebook, the Main Event Mama Squad, where we love to, send you notes at least a couple times a week. You guys get some updates, some cool details about what we're working on next, maybe a blog or two that might not have been promoted yet that you get exclusive access to. And then we want to remind you that you can support us on Patreon because it's hard out here. And we need your support to help us continue covering all of our content and to help support us because we want to continue giving you all the dish, whether we're talking about wrestling or parenting or life and relationships. And where can they listen to us, Tanisha?
You can definitely listen to us on iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, something I discovered that you can actually download our podcast so you can listen to it offline, but you need the YouTube Music app to be able to do so. As well as Spotify, Pocket Podcasts, Amazon Music, Amazon Audible, Apple Podcasts. As well as respectfully following us on our social medias. You can follow me at Tanisha_MamaPod on Instagram and on TikTok. You can follow my beautiful chocolate drop sister, Kiara, on Instagram and on Facebook at Kiara Mama Pod. And then you can follow her on X at Content Vixen. You can also check us out. Did you say our website already? I don't think so. You can check us out on our website at www.maineventmamaspodcast.com, where you can request to be a guest on our show, as well as sending us a voice note and finding all our content if you don't want to subscribe to anything. But I'm not sure why you wouldn't, because you want to be the first one to know. And sometimes our website is not going to tell you the first. You need to be in the know to know when we go live spontaneously and just know when our episode drops. I think I cleared all of that, didn't I?
Yeah. Our episodes are all the things. We have lots of things to drop. Lots of surprises coming your way this holiday season too. So stay tuned. Also, how would you have known about our theme song unless you were clued in right away? Hard to know. Hard to know these things. And with that,
And
we
our
want to
merch
remind
store.
you that next week, yes, that too. Yes, our merch store is also open and available on our website for you to browse, find you a new notebook, Get you some main event mama gear. We want to remind you that next week is a
Live stream.
confessions week.
Mhm.
So you can join us on our live stream next Thursday at 9 p.m. And with that, we want to remind you, we're not new to this.
We're so true to this. And this was Main Event Mamas. Woo!
The main event mama's bringing the heat. Talking life, love, and the wrestling beat. Step in the ring with a real one's me. Mic in hand. Yeah, we on repeat. Yeah, 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 yeah.